and welcome to Singer's Advice. My name is Sarah Brickel and I'm a singer, songwriter and vocal coach. I've worked in many different genres in the music industry and I'm here to share with you the tips, advice and techniques that I have learned along the way. So let's get started with Lesson 8, Vocal Health. Vocal health is the most important thing for a singer. If you want a career in singing, then you definitely need to think about what you are doing with your voice sort of every single day. You know, if you've got a lot of gigs coming up and you need to be getting prepared for that, or just in general day-to-day life, I think a lot of people can overlook these things. So today I'm going to have a chat to you about the things that you should be doing with your voice and the things that you shouldn't be doing. So first and foremost, water is your best friend. So if it's not already, make it your best friend. Don't, people, oh, I hate water, I don't like drinking water. If you're a singer, get used to it. You need to be drinking between 7 and 9 glasses of water a day. Get a nice water bottle, carry it around with you. Keep your voice hydrated. If your vocal folds and your larynx get dehydrated, then the fluids that are lubricating your voice in order for it to work properly, it's not gonna be okay. So you need to keep drinking water, keep making sure that you are hydrated within your body in order for your voice to work correctly and so that you're not causing any damage. Caffeine. Now caffeine is really dehydrating to not just your voice but your whole body. So think about, it's not just fizzy drinks or artificially sweetened juices or things like that, but it's also tea and coffee. Now you're all going to be going, oh, I can't stop drinking tea, I can't not do that. But just think about, if you notice that drinking tea or drinking coffee is making you sort of clear your throat more often when you've had a drink or something like that, really think about maybe just cutting back a little bit. I personally don't really drink caffeine at all, but I really noticed when I had green tea, because that's what I drink, I was having green tea on the morning and straight away my voice was really dried out. So now I've just switched to decaf green tea, which you probably think, God, yeah, I don't drink tea, I don't drink coffee, I rarely drink fizzy drinks, but that's just a personal thing for me, and I noticed more so because I don't drink those things, that when I do have it, it really affects my voice. So with all these things that I'm going to talk about today, it is quite personal. So if you notice that something affects your voice, then it's up to you to kind of do something about it. So just watch out for that. Alcohol. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm not telling you to stop drinking altogether. Not at all. But I cannot understand, I have seen this happening in front of my eyes, singers drinking on gigs, during the performance, drinking alcohol, and to me, it's like, well, it is like a sin, really, to this, because you're drinking alcohol, you're dehydrated, you're probably going to be getting dehydrated on a gig anyway, because, well, I don't know about you, but I tend to get really hot when I'm performing, and I drink so much water that I can't understand someone having, a glass of red, or they're drinking a beer or something, and it's just completely, I couldn't do it. My voice would be wrecked within a few minutes. So it dehydrates your body, causing, again, the fluids in your voice, in the vocal folds, not to be doing their job. It's drying out. So you're going to start to cause damage. You're going to find you get hoarse. You're going to find that, your body is not working in the way that it should, because obviously alcohol's a relaxant. And we don't want our body to be completely relaxed. We need muscles to work. We need things to be intact. So please, if anything, Don't drink on gigs, just drink water. I know it's kind of a social thing, we get together with our mates, you know, we're playing professionally, whatever you're doing. If you're a singer, be careful. Smoking! I'm like, come in today, just don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. But again, if you're a singer, do you really want to smoke? It must be hard. I know, you know, I've never been a smoker, so I don't know how hard it is to give up, but I've heard from people who do sing and that do smoke say it is very difficult to give up, because obviously when they give up, all this yak starts coming up, and for a few weeks, you know, the voice isn't the same. But is it not worth it for those 2 weeks just to get over that? Because it is your voice, and smoking is going to damage not only your voice, but your heart, your lungs, your whole entire body. So I'm not here to preach to you, but smoking and singing don't really go together if you want a healthy voice. So thinking about before a performance especially, dairy is a no-no. So cheese, chocolate, milk, anything like that is going to cause more mucus in your throat, so you're going to find that you're clearing your throat quite a lot. It's just getting in the way. Peanuts. Why would you eat peanuts before you're about to sing? It's just going to clog up your throat. Think about what you're doing. A lot of people go, oh, I've just had a chocolate bar, and then they're going to either do the singing lesson or they're going to go and sing, and it's like, well, you're going to be you're going to be clearing your throat the whole way through. So just no dairy before singing. Obviously, it's up to you whether you want to cut dairy down completely or altogether. That is up to you. I like, you know, cheese and everything, chocolate, I eat it, but right, that day before a performance, I do think about what I have. So, but if you notice that it affects you a lot day by day, then you might want to be thinking about cutting back on that. Spicy food, oh, I love Chinese food, I love Indian food, I love all Mexican kind of food. That can be quite dehydrating to your body as well, so just watch out. I don't notice that so much, thank goodness, but again, it can affect your voice. So just watch out for these things. Going out, talking over loud music, things like that. So if you're talking above the level of your natural speech, then it's not going to really be that great. So just be careful of that. I'm not saying don't ever go out, don't do that, but if you know that you've got a full-on, you know, schedule coming up, then you're not going to go out the night before and be like talking really loud over loud music. You know, also think about your hearing. You need your hearing to be able to sing, because you need to pitch. So all these things roll into one really, so just be aware. Emotional and physical stress can be a major problem, because it can affect your voice so much. So if you've got a lot of stress going on in your life, you've been through a hard time recently, things like that really can just attack your voice, because obviously your body's tense, there's a lot of stress going on, and it will affect the way that you sing. So maybe try out a few relaxation techniques, go for a massage, do some breathing, all those kinds of things. Just really look after yourself, because if you have a lot of stress in your body for a long time anyway, you know that that's not going to be great, and we don't want to be getting ill, and we don't want to be getting any horrible illnesses either. So just watch for emotional stress especially. It is going to affect the voice. Illness, so if you get a cough or a cold or any virus, you know, for a singer it is a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare. And people say stay away from, you know, people that are ill or got coughs and colds, you know, stay away. Well, I can't stay away from children, because sometime in my week I come into contact with a lot of children, and most of the time they're ill. And they come one after the other. Oh, I've got a cold, I've got a cough, I've got a cold, I've got this, I've got that, I've got a virus, I've got tonsillitis, I've got laryngitis. I'm like, just go. But you know, what can you do? That's how I earn part of my living. Taking medicine for coughs and colds, be careful. These cough lozenges, anything that numbs your throat, steer clear. You don't want a numb throat because you don't know what's going on. So try some herbal ones, things that aren't going to numb in here, because it's like, you know, if you hurt your back, you don't want your back to be numb. You don't know if you're causing any more damage. So just watch out for things like that. Allergies. I am allergic to everything. Airborne allergies. I have hay fever. I am allergic to cats, dogs, feathers, dust. It's a nightmare. I have learned to deal with it. I went to see an allergy specialist and I use immunotherapy to kind of keep them at bay, and it has changed my life, because before my allergies completely took me over, especially during the summer. And taking a lot of antihistamines can also be very drying to your throat. Again, it's all about keeping your body, your voice hydrated. So if you're taking medicines that are dehydrating you, that make you feel dry in your throat, make you cough, things like that, then it's not going to be great for you singing, because again, the lubricant of your folds in the larynx isn't going to be working properly. So if you've got allergies and things like that, an air purifier can help. I have a couple of those around that I stick on. They're fantastic. Make sure you deal with allergies and illness straight away. Go to the doctors, see what they can do for you. Don't let them fob you off. Singing, if you are a singer and that is your profession, make sure they understand that. Because with me, if I go to the doctors and I'm like, I'm a singer, I've got a virus, if I can't sing, I can't work, and if I can't work, I don't earn any money. So, you know, be strong with them. If it needs sorting out straight away. Now, if you do notice that you're having a bit of a problem, say you've had a cold or something, or a cough, or you're noticing that you are a little bit hoarse, then steaming is absolutely fantastic for all those things. So steam is, again, is a voice's best friend, because it's just hydrating you. You know, we'd all love to have our own steam room in our house, but if you haven't, and you haven't got a gym membership where you can go in the steam room all the time, just get a bowl of water, you know, get over there with a towel, steam, brilliant. Getting enough sleep. Now, I know that this massively affects my voice. I am an 8-hour-a-night girl. If I don't get my 8 hours, not only can I not sing right, I'm grumpy, I feel tired, my body feels tired, but it does affect my voice. I know that I can't do the best job that I could do, because if your body's tired, if your brain's tired, you can't focus, you can't use the muscles correctly that you need for good vocal technique. So make sure you get enough sleep. Try not to burn the candle at both ends. So another important thing that some people are like, I've never heard that, warming down. So if you've been talking or singing for a long period of time, make sure you warm down. Just think about really trying to get back to a relaxed way. You know, if you've been really hammering it, which I hope you haven't in a bad way, of course, good vocal technique, but warm down. Do a few warm-ups. Just let it get back to normal. Here's one for the ladies, so men, you can just switch off your ears for a second. But the contraceptive pill can really, really, really affect your voice. Now, I never really realised this till a few years ago. I read up on something, and it can affect your range, it can affect your larynx. Progesterone dominated pills are probably the worst ones, so make sure that your birth control, speak to your doctor about it. Say, I'm a singer, this could affect my voice. Exercising, keeping your body fit is really, really important. So I'm not talking like anything dramatic, it's up to you, but if you're not used to it, you know, even walking, going for a walk, going for half an hour walk 3 times, 4 times a week is a great way just to keep fit, you know, keep all your organs going, keep everything, you know, it's good for your breathing. Going jogging, I'm not saying go for miles, just a little jog now and again, maybe some dancing, yoga, that'd also be great for the emotional, you know, stress thing and just keeping relaxed. Don't do anything like weightlifting, because obviously that is going to then put tension on your voice, you know, if you're trying to lift things up, you're constricting, so just be careful of things like that. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news of all those things that affect your voice, that you need to be thinking about, but I think as a singer, it is a life thing. You need to think about your diet, you need to think about exercising, you need to think about looking after yourself, staying well, keeping emotionally, physically stress-free, and really just taking it seriously, because I think some people think they take it seriously, but then things like this they completely overlook. Oh no, you know, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to change my whole life for my voice. Well, do you want a 2-year career, or do you want a 30-year career, a 40-year career? You know, what are your plans? Yeah, if you're just doing it for a laugh, then whatever, just do what you want. So, when you've thought about all those things, which if you've never heard all those things before, might be a little bit overwhelming, and you might be thinking, oh my god, all these things that I do. But like I said before, it is a very personal thing. Certain things, definitely, don't do them, you know, don't do those things. But certain things might be quite personal to you as a person and to your voice. So being aware of what's happening, you know, day by day. Why is my voice like this today? What did I do yesterday? What have I eaten? What have I just drunk? You know, really thinking about it. Don't get obsessed with it, but just really think about it, and it will actually make a massive difference. You might notice if you stop having a little bit of dairy, that your voice feels clearer. So if you find that you're always clearing your throat a lot, cut down on things like that. Or maybe it's that you're dehydrated, so drink more water. Cut back on a couple of your cups of tea a day. You know, if you're a 10, 15 cups of tea a day person, then maybe you want to cut it down a bit, because that is quite a lot of caffeine. Coffee, you know, cut down on a cup. Just see if it makes a difference. So if your vocal health is up to standard, so not only all these things, but you know, you've warmed up your posture, you think about your posture, your breathing technique, your vocal technique, we should be okay to be singing for between 3 to 4 hours a day without noticing that anything's wrong. There shouldn't, you know, if you notice after you've sung that you're hoarse or that your throat is sore, then they really are signs that something's not quite right. So don't ignore these signs. I think sometimes we can think, oh, you know, I'm probably just getting a cold, or I'm probably a bit ill, or I'm a bit tired, so, you know. But if you constantly keep noticing that your voice doesn't feel right, don't just ignore it, okay? So persistent hoarseness. If you notice that even after you've had a rest, you know, a couple of days off, that it's still bad, then you need to be getting yourself straight off to the doctors. Don't wait, because if you wait and you keep on singing on it and you keep damaging it, then you're going to end up with worse off. You're going to end up with nodules, you know. We don't want to be tearing anything. We don't want any problems to be happening. Now, if you think, oh God, you know, I do have these problems, I do notice that my throat's sore all the time after singing, or I'm hoarse and I've been like that for a long time, or my voice has really changed, I've lost a lot of my higher range, then Don't think that your career's over, it's not. But you need to go to a speech therapist who can really help you get over the damage that you might have already caused. So if you get told that you've got nodules or anything else like that, you need to get it sorted. It will not just go away on its own. And don't think, well, I can't not do this because, you know, I need to earn money. I completely understand that, but you need to act. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope I haven't frightened you to death and that you're now thinking, oh, I need to cut all these things out of my life, I can't eat this anymore. But it's not, I just want to give you sort of something to think about. And if you've noticed that things are affecting your voice and affecting your performance, then, you know, you're responsible for your voice. You're responsible for looking after it. You only get one voice. Please don't wreck it. And if you know that you have wrecked it, do something about it now. So if you have any more questions about anything I've talked about today, or any other vocal problems that you're having, or vocal techniques that you want to hear about, please let me know. Sarah@singersadvice.com. Well, I'll see you next time at Singers Advice.